move from place to place in search of food,
Animals
shelter,
move from place to place in search of
and
food,
to escape their
shelter,
enemies.
mates,
Different
and to
animals
escape their
move in
enemies.
different ways.
Different animals
Insects
move in
have
different
6 legs.
ways.
Insects like
Insects have
ants
6
and
legs.
cockroaches crawl on their
Insects
legs.
like ants and cockroaches
Grasshoppers have
crawl
strong
on their legs.
hind legs for hopping.
Grasshoppers have strong
Some
hind
insects
legs for
like
hopping.
butterflies and dragonflies
Some insects
fly
like
using their
butterflies
swings.
and dragonflies fly using their swings.
Whales and dolphins have
Fish,
fins for swimming
whales,
in water.
and dolphins
Frogs
have fins for
webbed
swimming
feet
in
to
water.
swim in water.
Frogs have
They have
webbed feet
strong
to swim
hind
in
legs
water.
for hopping on the land.
They have strong hind legs
Turtles
for hopping
have
on the
paddle-like
land.
limbs which help them to swim
Turtles
in water.
have paddle-like limbs
Snakes
which help
move
them to
with
swim
the help
in
of
water.
scales found on their body.
Snakes move with the help of scales
Birds
found
fly
on
with
their
the
body.
help of their wings.
Birds
They
fly
use
with
their
the help
legs
of
and
their
feet
wings.
to walk or hop.
They use their legs
Water
and
birds
feet
like
to
duck
walk or
and
hop.
swan have webbed
Water
feet to
birds
swim
like
in
duck
water.
and swan have
Most
webbed
mammals
feet
have
to
4
swim
limbs.
in water.
Dogs
Most
and cats
mammals have
use
4
their
limbs.
limbs to walk or run.
Dogs and cats
Human
use their
beings
limbs
use
to walk
their legs
or
to
run.
walk and hands to
Human
hold
beings
things.
use their legs to walk
Penguins and
hands
seals
to hold
have
things.
flippers to swim in
Penguins
water.
and seals have
Bats have
flippers
4
to
limbs
swim in water.
modified into wings for flying.
Bats have 4 limbs
Bats are the
modified
only
into
mammals
wings for
that
flying.
can fly.
Bats are the only mammals
Migration.
that can fly.
Some animals
Migration.
move over greater distances to
Some
avoid
animals
harsh
move
weather
over
conditions.
greater distances to
The
avoid
mass movement
harsh
of
weather
animals
conditions.
from one place to
The
another
mass movement
in
of
search
animals
of favorable
from one
environment
place to another
is called
in search
migration.
of favorable environment
Animals
is called
migrate in
migration.
search of food, breeding
Animals
grounds,
migrate in
and to
search of
escape
food,
harsh weather.
breeding grounds,
Siberian
escape
cranes
harsh
migrate
weather.
to India every year in
Siberian
winter.
cranes migrate to
They
India
fly back
every
to
year in
Siberia
winter.
with the onset of
They
summers.
fly back to Siberia
Arctic
with
tern
the onset of
travels
summers.
from Arctic to Antarctic
Arctic tern
twice a year.
travels from
It
Arctic
covers
to
a
Antarctic
distance of around
twice a year.
35,000
It covers
kilometers.
a distance of around
Monarch
35,000
butterflies
kilometers.
fly from Canada to Mexico
Monarch
in the winter
butterflies
season.
fly from Canada to Mexico
Locusts
in the
are
winter
harmful
season.
migratory insects.
Locusts
migrate
are
in
harmful
swarms
migratory
and
insects.
destroy standing crops.
They migrate in swarms
European
and
eels
destroy standing
swim
crops.
all the way to the Sargasso
European
Sea
eels
in the western
swim
part
all
of
the way to the
Atlantic
Sargasso
Ocean
Sea
to lay
in the
their
western
eggs.
part of the
The
Atlantic
baby
Ocean
eels then
to
take
lay their
3
eggs.
years to swim
The
back
baby
to the
eels
European
then
rivers.
take 3 years to swim back to the European rivers.
In this video we are going to learn about movement in animals. So let us start. Without the ability to move, there would be no life on earth. And the movement from one place to another place is called locomotion. Animals need to move from place to place in search of food, to protect themselves from the enemies, and to build resting and breeding places. There are animals that move on land, in the air, and in the water. Each of these environments requires a different type of locomotion. So different animals have different mode of locomotion. Some animals fly, some animals walk and run, some animals swim, and some animals crawl. So let us start with aquatic animals. Aquatic animals have special organs which help them to swim. Fishes have adapted to live in water. Fishes have fins to move in water The fins help fish to swim and to maintain balance in water. The tail fin helps them to change direction. When aquatic animals move through the water, they need to overcome a force so that they can move easily through water. This force is also called water resistance. So, to overcome this force or water resistance, fishes have some structural adaptation, like they have streamlined body, they have modified limbs, and they have swim bladder. Fishes swim by moving their body and the tail area. Fins allow the fish to move and to keep balance and to turn. Fish keep their balance with pelvic and pectoral fin. The scale-covered streamlined body is slimy, which help them to swim faster and for moving up and down, and for keeping to a particular depth. Fish use a gas-filled swim bladder. So these are the adaptation of fish. Turtle and tortoise have paddle-like limbs which push water and help in swimming. Observe a frog's movement on the ground. A frog supports itself with its hind legs when it jumps. They have a number of movements to adaptation with environment such as climbing, jumping, walking, running, and swimming. Frogs have webbed feet to swim, and on land they use their long hind legs to jump. Penguins use their two forelimbs as flippers to push water and to swim. Penguins may spend several months at a time at sea and only coming a seashore for breeding. Penguins are most comfortable and most graceful when moving in the water. Penguins have strong but short legs. Their big feet are webbed to help with swimming. The wings of penguins are more suited for swimming than flying. In fact, these wings look like flippers. Movement in insects. Insects have 6 legs which are used for movement. A grasshopper uses its long hind legs for hopping. Many insects have 1 or 2 pair of wings which they use to fly in the air. Like all flies and mosquito, the housefly has 1 pair of wings. The housefly flies very quickly and can move its wings up to 33 times per second. Insects like lice, bugs, termites do not have wings. They move by crawling. Now movement in birds. Birds have wings which help them to fly. The wings are attached to the large breast muscle to make flying easier. A bird has light, hollow bones. This reduces the bird's body weight and make flight easier. Birds use their hind legs for walking, hopping, and perching. Birds like emu, ostrich, and kiwi have wings but they cannot fly due to their large size and are called flightless birds. Now, movement in reptiles. Reptiles have scales on their body and they move by crawling on the ground. Reptiles like crocodile, chameleon, and lizard have limbs and they move with the help. Reptiles like snake do not have limbs. They have scales or plates on the underside of the body that are attached to the ribs. The strong and flexible muscle of the snake contract and expand and thus help it to move forward. Now, movement in mammals. Mammals have 4 well-developed limbs. Animals like cow, camel, dog, etc. use all their 4 limbs for walking and running. Human beings use only 2 limbs for walking, and they are called hind limbs. They use their hand or forelimbs for holding or catching the things. So in this video we learnt about the movement in animals. In next video you will learn about the migration. Thank you.